I found my heart again. You were standing there, you bravely let me in. I could wait a million years or more until you came knocking at my door. It's hard to be this real. We can play our favorite song, dancing to it all night long. With you I feel something, 'cause we're both so unashamed. We're not playing any games.
I wish that we were starting the video off with something positive, but we are not. We are dealing with a very severe case of GI stasis here. And I'm not sure I've ever had a rabbit with GI stasis before. Like, I know how to treat it. I've done enough like research and stuff like that, but I'm not positive that this is gonna turn out well. But this girl is Solstice's daughter, and it really truly sucks. Everybody knows that I loved Hollyhock, who was my starter doe, and then Holly had Solstice, and then Solstice had her, and I really wanted her to continue on that line of does that I got from my starter. And everybody else has been either sold or butchered at this point. And she is, I think, 3.5 months old. I thought everything was just fine, and several days ago I noticed that she had stopped eating. At least she wasn't eating very much, and so that alarmed me. And when I picked her up, I noticed that her stomach felt really, really hard, and so that was enough to make me think, okay, we need to set her up and make her comfortable in the house and give her a little bit of TLC. I thought this would pass. I really, really thought this would pass. So the way I've gone about trying to treat this is I'm giving her baby gas drops. So this right here, this brand, I mean, it doesn't have to be this specific brand, but as long as they are infant gas drops, that's good. So I'm giving her that mixed with a little bit of probiotics. And these are the type of probiotics I use. I just get them at Tractor Supply. They're usually around the horse stuff. So I'm mixing probiotics in with the gas drops. And then I'm also mixing in some dried herbs for fiber, as well as orange pineapple juice. And I know that sounds really disgusting, but each of them have their purpose. The gas drops are to relieve what pressure that is in her, because you can feel it, and it's really frustrating. And the probiotics just to add some good bacteria if it actually does start moving through. And then the orange pineapple juice, pineapple is actually really good at clearing blockages like hairballs, but I don't know if it's actually helping in this situation, but I'm at least trying it. And then fiber from like dried herbs and stuff, just to give her nutrients and just to add fiber to her diet and all of that. So, but to be totally honest with you guys, I am not sure that any of this is working. And I don't take my rabbits to the vet. I don't, for anybody that's new here, I don't consider my rabbits pets, because we do use our rabbits as meat animals. So it's not cost effective for us to take them to the vet when, if something is really seriously wrong, we can just terminally call them ourselves here. But it doesn't, I get so tired of people that come to my channel and they tell me that I don't care about my animals. I get so incredibly frustrated, because I'm like sitting here getting ready to cry about, you know, this one rabbit that I just can't fix. So I get so tired of that. I might not care about them in the sense of a pet, but I care about them in the sense that I love animals and I hate to see suffering. So, that is what's currently happening. To be honest, I don't know if she's gonna pull through, and if I don't see a change within the next like 24 hours, we will probably end up culling her, and that's gonna be really upsetting. She was supposed to go to convention. She's a really nice little doe, and it's just really frustrating. And it's one of those things where it's like I could go buy another rabbit, but it's not going to be the same because she came directly from Solstice, and that really meant a lot to me. Like I really, really wanted to keep a doe from Solstice, and Solstice is with a new family now, which I love. I love her new family and everything. But it's just really frustrating. I don't really know what else to say about it. And I don't want to cry. So that is just what is going on here. It is frustrating, but if you guys are dealing with bloat, if you catch it really, really early on, you can use these gas drops, and you can use stuff like probiotics and stuff like that. I think the dosage on the gas drops for like a really severe case, I think is like 1 cc. For like a mild case is like 0.5 cc. So I mean, you can use them for stuff like that. I mean, hopefully that you learned something new there. And if you go to buy these at like Walmart or anything, it confused me because I have never had to buy them before, but they're actually in the baby aisle. They're not like in the medication aisle, they're in the baby aisle. I don't have kids, so I didn't know that. So I was like frantically looking everywhere the other day. But that is, that's what's up currently. And I'm sorry that that's not necessarily a very positive thing to come on here and tell you guys, especially since I haven't uploaded a video in like a month. So I'm sorry about that, but it has just been a hard time, not even just with this rabbit, it's been a hard time lately. This just kind of adds to it. So, I'm sorry. But I do want to take you guys outside. I've raised my tractors up off the ground, and I want to talk about why I did that. And also I want to show you a couple of new faces, and I've named the ones that are out there, the hutch and everything. So I want to show you all of that. And also we have quail eggs going, and so I want to show you those because I'm really excited that we're going to be having quail, and hopefully they hatch. I'm hoping that I'm doing this right. I haven't incubated eggs since I was like a little girl, so I'm excited that I am actually getting to do it. But yeah, so hopefully that all goes well, and yeah. So let's go ahead and we will lighten the mood, and we'll go outside and we'll check out some new stuff out there, and we'll talk about something other than this. But I will obviously keep you guys updated on what is going on here. Just hard topics sometimes, but let's go outside. Okay guys, we are outside, and I wanted to show you my rabbit tractor out here because I put it on the stand again, and I kind of modified the stand a little bit. So now it's sitting on 4x4s, and I modified the stand to fit the exact dimensions of like the bottom of the rabbit tractor, and I screwed it on. So it is actually more of a permanent solution now. And the reason that I did that is because it has been one of the rainiest, wettest summers ever. I mean, I feel like it's been super, super rainy and wet this summer. So I did not want these guys to end up with coccidiosis. Everybody's hot and like laying down right now. But I didn't want them to end up with coccidiosis. And plus, we have more chickens now. Last year we only had, I think, 6 or 7, something like that. This year we have 12 total chickens, so I'm noticing there's a lot more chicken poop throughout the yard, and every time I was moving the tractors, I was trying to avoid moving the tractor into chicken poop. So that's just another one of the reasons I decided that it might be better to put the rabbits up on the stand and avoid any form of coccidiosis at all. And they don't mind it. Only thing about the stands and these rabbit tractors is that when I initially made them, I put them on the really thin hardware cloth. So I think it's like 19 gauge hardware cloth, and that is not ideal when it comes to rabbit flooring. If you want the best flooring for rabbits, you really want to go with like 14 gauge. 16 gauge works well too, but it can start to sag. And the 19 gauge is going to need a lot of support, and also you don't want any heavy, like full-size rabbits on it long term. Now you do see Clove over here. Clove is the mother of all the cream babies. She's not the mother of that little silver fox right there, because that was Cricket's second attempt at having babies, and so he's the only survivor. He's a silver fox, but she has raised him wonderfully. But anyway, like I said, you don't really want any large breeders staying on the thin wire long term. But it's also why I have these resting mats. They are called Easy Floor resting mats. You can get them at All Things Bunnies. You can get them at a lot of cage dealers as well. I like to use Gray's Cages. That frequently vendors the rabbit shows that I tend to go to around northeastern Indiana. So those are a really good solution, and I find that she's often resting on top of those. She's only going to be in here temporarily until her babies are weaned. And so as long as we have, you know, the resting mats and stuff like that, there's also this area over here, and I showed you guys this when I made the tractor. I put in these little shelves over here, so she is welcome to get up there as well. There's many places for her to get off the wire if she chooses, and this is just the solution to keeping my rabbits as clean as possible, especially since we are raising show rabbits. I think the final straw when it came to wanting to put them back up on the stands was actually one day it was storming like super hard here, and when I got up in the morning and I came to feed all the rabbits, all these babies were wet. Because they were all wet like that, I actually treated all of them with a dose of toltrazuril, which is a coccidiostat. I don't think that any of them have coccidiosis, but I wanted to make sure that they didn't, so we dosed all of them. And so now they are just up off the ground, and they're gonna stay that way because there's been a lot of water this year. I know that I had mentioned being really upset that I am going to possibly lose the doe in the house because it is Solstice's daughter, but this is actually Solstice's son. And I actually did name him. His name is Edge, like the wrestler. So even if we do lose her, which I'm still gonna try everything I can not to, but even if we do have him to carry on Solstice's genes, so it's not gonna be the end of the world, but like I said, I am gonna try everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen. This is Twix, and Twix is a chocolate doe out of Sprig and Chai, and I believe that Twix is a little bit of an improvement in body type from Chai, so Twix is going to be her successor, and once Chai's done with her current litter, she will be moving on to a new herd to introduce chocolate to somebody else's herd. But I am trying to get more quality chocolates in my herd, so I think that Twix is really going to help us with that. And over here we have a mom that is just so done right now. It is too hot for her to even fight off this baby that's trying to drink. You're supposed to be weaning your babies. I guess that is too much to ask for in this hot weather, huh? Well, Cassia had her first litter, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that she had 13 babies for her first litter, which is absolutely insane. And as soon as she had 13, I was a bit worried because that's a lot of babies. Rabbits don't have that many nipples, so I was worried almost immediately. And I was correct. We did lose many of them. Many of them turned into faders. They just failed to thrive. But we do have 4 in here that are doing really, really well, and they're so cute and friendly. And then Chai actually took 3 of them as foster babies because Chai had a small litter again. So Chai actually has 3 creme de argents with her, and she's taking care of them and helping Cassia out. But with these 4 babies, though, Cassia is doing a wonderful job. She hates being pregnant though. This rabbit was so mean during pregnancy. But I will let it pass because, you know, once she actually had her babies, there you go. Hide from them. Once she actually had her babies, she went back to being semi-sweet. Cassie has always been a little bit moody, but I'll let it slide. And I know that several people are dying to know, but I wanted to update you on Miss Cricket, her third attempt at having babies, and she actually did it this time, guys. She successfully had her babies and she successfully took care of them. And let me tell you, these babies are legitimately the fattest for their age that I've ever had. At 2 weeks old, almost all of them weigh a pound, which is crazy. Like, that's really, really crazy. So I believe there are 2 does and 2 bucks. I will be looking to see if I can keep any potential show rabbits. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm keeping Cricket for a 4th litter or if she is going to be moving on to somebody else's herd. The father is Onyx, who is my grand champion buck. And Cricket has 2 legs herself, so I am definitely looking for show rabbits in this litter. And we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on these little babies because, like I said, I'm very, very excited about it. This is Chai in her current litter and the foster babies from Cassia. And I think this baby right here just jumped into the water. I was actually worried about this one right here not making it, and there's still a possibility that this one might be a fader, because when I weighed them several days ago, all of her brothers and sisters were 9 to 10 ounces plus, and that little baby is just a little bit over 3 ounces, so that is a bit concerning, but it is very hyper most of the time, and I've been pulling Chai out to give it some extra feedings, so I'm hoping that that helps. And it is eating pellets and hay as well, so I'm hoping that maybe we are past the fader stage, but even if we are, it's gonna be a tiny, tiny little thing, but gosh, is it so cute. Some people will tell you to cull babies that are tiny like this, and in all honesty, she will probably end up being a cull unless she makes like a huge turnaround and really starts growing, but I do love to give them a chance when I can, instead of, you know, culling right away when they're babies. So she's so cute though. Like I'm a little bit obsessed. Hello. Chai was bred to Onyx this time around, and all of the babies ended up being black, which tells me that there's a chance probably that Onyx does not carry chocolate. And last but definitely not least, we have Mira and her litter here, and the father of this litter is Sprig. I am expecting, hopefully, some show quality rabbits that I might be able to take to convention. They are going to be juniors, but I just need to move on with the next generation, and so I'm excited to see that these guys are really growing well. They are almost on par with Cricket. Cricket's babies are just so big, but these guys are actually doing really, really well. And so this litter and Cricket's litter I think I am most excited about right now. So hopefully we will get some babies to retain out of this litter. Something that I have failed to mention with Mira as well is that Mira is actually one of Hollyhock's babies as well. So Solstice and Mira were half sisters. So I will get a descendant out of Hollyhock. I just really wanted it to be Solstice because Solstice was so sweet. Mira is gigantic, but she didn't get like the sweetness factor that Solstice got. So that was my main thing when talking about that. But I will get a descendant out of Hollyhock. It's frustrating that the one in the house is not doing as well as I would have hoped.